Hello, it's the Soaring Guy again, and we're going to do a bit of a ridge run in the Yosemite, apparently. So which way am I facing? So I think it's that ridge over there we're going to fly down. I've never seen balloons in the sky before in this sim, in Condor 2. Yeah, so not quite sure why we're pointing this way. The runway seems to be across in front of us rather than us actually on. Oh, I can see where we're going. So yeah, cool. Start flight. So I put a bit of forward trim on. This could well end at tears anyway because it's a crosswind and I'm rubbish at crosswind takeoffs, especially when aero towing. Also and it looks like bumpy ground as well. Yeah, this is going to end in tears, I reckon. Let's see what happens. Yeah, come on, come on. Oh, that took a while. Always happier in the air. Good heavens. Right, well that's my excitement for the evening out of the way. I really didn't think we'd get off the ground there, especially when the left wingtip was digging in. The first thing you do in the real world is pull the release handle and stop that malarkey. And I must admit that is one of the things where we get away with murder in these flight sims. So we're just going to follow this cat. We have little choice because we're attached to him. Yeah, this 18 metre variant of the glider is a lot less manoeuvrable than the 15. Ah, but this is lovely. So it takes a bit of getting turning, and then there we are, we're in the prop wash. Takes a bit of getting turning, and then it kind of falls into the turns. So I've not flown this 18 metre variant of the JS3 yet, and I'm not doing a very good job so far. But hey ho, we're in the air, still behind the aircraft. We haven't broken the tow cable. Can't remember what height it's going to tow us to. I'm not a fan of aero tows. There we go. A little bit bumpy. So I've got no idea what this flight is going to be like in terms of pace and speed. I've just downloaded it from Condor Club, which I've mentioned before. Come on, up we go. I'm struggling a bit here actually. We're now more than high enough to recover if we need to. So lose the undercarriage. So it's much more of a challenge to fly in the 15 metre. I didn't get on with the Antares 18 the first few times I flew it either, actually. That took quite a bit of getting used to. So yeah, just that extra 1.5 metres on each wing makes a big difference. Get turning a bit first before we follow him round. Stay a little bit wide because that way we keep our speed up. If we cut the corner too much, we lose a lot of speed. Start to drop out of the sky. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, we've still got 4.5 minutes before the race starts. I don't think there's a height limit on the start. I'm not going to bother putting turn helpers on, or task helpers. That's those little barber's poles that we see. Levelling off, so I guess we're done with our aero tow now. He should waggle his wings, there he goes. I'll pull the trigger to release the cable, pull up a bit, and he's going that way, so we'll go this way so we don't hit the cable. And let's put full flap on, so we've got enough. Head on round and try and get some lift off the ridge over there. We'll mind the balloons. Oh, that's better. A lot more relaxed now, we're not following the aeroplane. I think that's him down there, just under the left wing. External view. Oh, look at that. Realised looking at some of my other videos I tend to move my head around quite a lot with the external views, which probably makes it a bit odd to look at. Cockpit view. Getting a little bit off course there. Definitely feel the weight in this thing. And the much lower roll rate. A cracking view. We've not got that much wind, only 10 knots from the west, as you can see. Hoping we'll start to get a little bit of lift off here, otherwise it's going to be quite a short flight. Happy sounds. Oh wow. Okay, not happy sounds for very long, unfortunately. We'll let the wind take us a little bit. So again, I've loaded the glider right up with ballast, and the idea being that moves your best glide ratio speed higher, so you still get the same glide ratio, which I think in this glider is about 55:1 is the best glide ratio, but it moves it up from around, I think, the 54 knot area to just under 70 knots. So I'm still quite new to this malarkey, so playing that kind of game brings limitations with it. Countdown to the start, but we will. Ooh. Okay. So is this a regatta start then? Because I don't have a countdown to the start. So I've got a feeling we're off already. But having said that, it's only 70 kilometres. We are doing... Come on guys, set the flap correctly. We are doing 70 knots, which is about 140 kilometres an hour. So it should only take us about half an hour. And as I'm sure you can tell, this is a far more relaxed pace than those Red Bull blasts I was doing. We're going up, so we'll increase speed a little bit. So I'm hoping I'll get a little diddly to say we've started the show classification. Okay, no, I don't have a time on here yet, so looks like we haven't actually started the task. Any second now, there we go, and we're away. Oh no, it has actually, yes, so 1 minute and 40 already. Oh, I didn't realise that, so yes, no prizes today. Show classification. But actually, we're making good speed. As I said, I think the estimate was 25 to 30 minutes for the task. We need to find 2,500 feet somewhere. That number will adjust as we fly along. Oh, this is just so lovely tootling along. And in VR, if you've never tried VR, you really have to. You know, I mean, I'm sat in the cockpit here. I'm looking out at the world. You know, there's absolutely no way that a flat screen can put across just what this is like. I love the spatial awareness. I do find it a bit difficult to judge distances to things like clouds, so I'll very often find myself dashing off to try and get a thermal under a cloud. And the cloud's a little bit further away than I thought. So we can get a little bit tight for space here, by the looks of things. We're getting some lift, so that's good. And we seem to have a really crazy good glide ratio. So I can always turn right where the ground's lower. A little bit of bumpiness. I'm just going to let the glider fly itself here. See how we do. And yeah, I think we'll clear those trees. So you will take chances in this sim that you just would not go anywhere near in real life. External view. Cockpit view. Keep an eye on this ridge from in here, I think. I'm quite lucky I don't suffer from motion sickness in VR at all. I think the only thing that's, I wouldn't say it's bothered me, I actually really enjoyed it, was driving Dirt Rally 2, which driving a stage through the Welsh Forest, I think it was, and what a roller coaster that was. was a bit like the first time I used triple screens with iRacing. So I've got a real sense of motion. But no, this is lovely. You probably noticed I look around quite a lot. And I don't know if it's everybody, but certainly watching a lot of other people in VR, they always seem to sort of fix their gaze ahead and just look where the aircraft, the car, whatever is pointed. But for me, part of the beauty of being in VR is, you know, you do feel like you're doing this for real. And, you know, this glider is largely flying itself. Making suggestions as to where I want it to go, but it's doing all the hard work, so I can just sit here and enjoy the view. There we go, look, we've already made 300 feet, or a notional 300 feet. Kind of scrabbling along a bit for lift. Gosh, looks like wave lift up there, so where you've got those. You've only got the two types of clouds in Condor 2, unfortunately. So we've got our cumulus just up there, the fluffy ones, the sheep. And then further up we've got those sort of flatter looking clouds, which I think are meant to represent lenticular clouds. Those guys are generally an indication of wave lift. So what I'm doing here, I'm getting a little bit worried because our first turn point, which you can see coming up in the bottom right hand corner of the screen there, is sort of left, although it looks like the lake widens out a bit. It's just obviously if I head too far right, I'm going to miss that pie piece of a turn point. I'm also shockingly low. Scrabbling along for lift. So we'll see where it goes around this corner, hopefully. Oh, that ridge down there looks a little bit better than where we've been just now. So yeah, hopefully we can come around this way and make the turn point. Very odd looking lake. This looks dirty. That's nice. Definitely getting some good up there. Yeah, and with where we're heading here we should be fine. To get a little bit more height, so we've got a bit of a spur to cross over there. We shall see what comes. So while we're in this lift, what I probably should do is slow down a bit, because then we'll just spend more time in the rising air. Finding that balance between slowing down to gain height, effectively fuel. It's like an airport down there. That's us, first turn point. worried about that. So how are we looking then? Just under 40k to go. About 12-13 minutes. And if we can get some height, we can, which is looking promising. Let's slow down a bit, so we can make some movement. Oh, I should have slowed down a bit further back there. Ourselves at the gap. Oh, we can get some lift here. Wind is from the west, so it's pretty much over there. So when we start getting a bit down, we'll pick up speed and get out of here. And I'm just going to hope like hell we've got enough height to clear those trees over there. I'm not sure we will. Of surviving. Okay, that wasn't quite as much a detour as I expected. I thought it was going to be worse than that. A lot more rudder, this aircraft. 15 as well. Bumpy. So we've got some speed, so I don't mind heading for the trees at speed because we can always trade speed for height. Here we go. Much on the valley floor along here. Oh, it's an interesting sort of dilemma as to whether we'd tried to get more height at the start. I guess with a regatta start like this one was, in other words, the task counter timer starts running as soon as the clock countdown stops. Whereas in the non-regatta type tasks, the timer starts when you cross the start line. So you have a degree of flexibility as to when you start, when you get going. I guess with this, you sort of make a bit of progress. stooge around. You know, slow down when you get somewhere with some lift. If you get somewhere with some lift. Really am struggling for lift here. Setting on this task. I'm pretty sure it said it was easy as well. Look, we're in sync. How can we be in sync here? I don't understand. God, no, mind you, the wind seems to have died a death. I don't think we're going to make this. To try to find some thermals. One of those ballooning guys. Is if I dive out to the right, it's one of those clouds in the hope that there's a thermal there. Chances are we're too low to pick up a thermal anyway. And if there's not much out there, we're then going to really struggle to get back to what little ridge lift we have got here. Oh, dearie me, that's terrible. Now, in real life, you would be looking for somewhere to land around now. Oh look, there's a balloon on the ground over there. Maybe I should just go over and join them. There's an airfield down there, I think. So if the worst comes to the worst, we can at least land somewhere where hopefully the can't see where the runway is. So you know, hoping against hope that there's actually some sort of lift under here. Oh, there might be. So that little dip, generally the outside of a thermal. Go on. Yes. Well, well, well. Look at that. ourselves a bit more and look at the thermal. Closer, but no cigar. Yeah, it's a bit rubbish. So that guttering that's going on there is, this thing's quite heavy, so we're getting a bit of a stall thing going on. Right, so we reckon we've got plenty of height left to finish the flight. However, I'm a cautious chap, me. I'm going to go around a couple of times more. As you can see, I'm pretty rubbish at thermaling. Supposed to be flying circles in here, not kind of like oblongs. But hey ho, it's a slightly happier picture than we did have. Tell you what, we're still going up. I'm going to go around again. I mean, what we're doing, average of 8.5 knots, which is what the European guys call that. That's about 4 meters per second. So I'll take that. Right, let's get out of here. Look at that, so now we are 1500 feet above where we need to be able to safely make the finish. So we can probably pretty much point ourselves at the finish and scream along. No. Yeah, there we go. Let's just do it. Fast. Yeah. Way too high. Didn't need to go that high. So we're at 7,500 feet. And in theory, 131 knots should be my VNE. We're doing 140. And yet we've got no sign of any wing flutter, which I was expecting to earlier in this aircraft. So we've got to clear that ridge then. I reckon 5k is still well within. Show classification. Oh, so there we go, 25. Yeah, a bit 26 minutes. Show classification. There's our arrival airfield just down there by the looks of things. Make it. Good stuff. Plenty of runway. And there we are, we've arrived. Alright. There's the water from the wings. Unfortunately, I don't think we see it coming out from the internal shot. External view. Yeah, oh gosh, lots of exits for the water. Cockpit view. So the wind is from the west, so ideally I want to be landing from right to left, which is going to involve approaching over the tearing down the valley. So yeah, I mean the windsock should actually be showing things correctly as well, because it tends to work pretty well in this sim. So there it is. So this is where VR comes into its own, because trying to look around like this in a flat screen and still have that sense of what direction you're going in, for me just doesn't happen. External view. Still shedding water. Cockpit view. Alright. Let's go full flat. If I can find the button, I'll go gear down. Slow us down hugely. Very high, but as you can see the ground rises quite a lot here, so of course we're into the lift. Bit of a dog leg out. Let's just as I say, nice long runway, so we've got plenty of room to get down, it says, hopefully. Good lord. Yeah, there we go. It ain't gonna be no threshold touchdown. Good. And we're down. So, well, I hope you stuck with me till the end. I know no one watches these videos to the end, but, you know, I enjoy making them and putting them up anyway. So, thanks again, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.